So today, as I was preparing to make dinner for my family, I suddenly decided to film it because why not? It's a cheap but equally delicious and nutritious. And it's this spinach recipe that you're seeing. And I do know that spinach is quite boring and plain tasting, and a lot of people don't like it, especially children. But in this video, I will show you that with the correct seasoning and the right serving combinations, you can create an amazing meal just like this. And so stay tuned and I will teach you how to do it. Hello and welcome to You and Me Equals 3. If you're new here, hi, I'm Vesta, and on my channel I do mainly recipe videos showing you recipes that you can enjoy with your children, both young and old. So if that sounds interesting to you and you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. And at the end of this video, if you do find it helpful, don't forget to hit the like button. Leave me comments in the comment section. Letting me know what you think or if you have any suggestions. So today we are going to make something very, it's cheap, it's easy, and it's delicious, okay? We are making bread dumpling with spinach. And I'm going to start by doing the bread dumpling. So I have ingredients here. I live in Austria and we have this, it's like dry bread you buy. We have something called semmel. It's white bread and they come in like small round forms and they have them cut. And I'm using the whole wheat one today. You can use the normal one, but this one is more healthy. So this is the whole wheat. They are like bread cubes, okay? And a pack like this has 200 grams in it. So I'm going to use a whole pack. I'll put it in my clean bowl. And I'm going to bring it closer. My lighting isn't, I'm using natural light, so in case it's not coming off nicely. So it's like that, okay, it's cubes. And like I said, it's whole wheat, so it has that brown color to it. And that is here. In here, I have some warm milk and I'm going to just dump this on top. Okay, just like that. The milk should be warm because it's going to help it's going to help the bread soak it more easier. So yeah, give it a quick stir. And I have a pan on my burner here, and in that pan I'm just going to add, use the same wooden spoon. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. The link to the recipe will be in the description box below, so you can just press the show more down and it will lead you to my website where you find the full recipe. So I'm just going to melt the butter a little bit, and into that I will add some shallots that I cut up. You can use red onion or white onion, whichever you prefer. This is it, the butter and the onion. I'm going to saute it just a little bit. You don't want it to get brown or anything, you just want it to get a little bit soft, okay? Yeah, while that is going, let's beat our eggs. So in here we have 2 eggs, okay? And I'm just going to... What happened, Jeffrey? Georgie, why are you schlagen? Huh? Georgie, komm jetzt. Nicht weinen. Wieso hat sie dir geschlagen? So my onions have... The butter is melted and the onion is a little bit softer. Okay, so my onions have... The butter is melted and the onion is a little bit softer. So I'm just going to dump that on the bread and the milk, just like that. And then for the egg, I'm just going to use the wooden spoon to beat it up a bit. And then we throw it in there. See, this is so easy. And you know, with the holiday season, I mean, just around the corner, can't believe it's already October, November, and then December, and it's Christmas already. So instead of doing your like turkey stuffed with all that stuff, you can do your turkey and then just make the bread dumpling. And because normally people stuff the turkey with like this bread thing, but you can make it separate. Okay, I mean, I say people, excuse me for saying that. I know that in the US they do mostly stuffed turkey, and they use bread to do the stuffing. And here in Austria, they don't stuff the turkey. They don't even eat turkey for Christmas here. It has become like, I mean, I think a few years ago they started selling whole turkeys. If not, before when I came here, you couldn't find like a whole turkey. You only get like pieces of it. So now they are also like copying the Americans a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to add some coriander that I have chopped. If you prefer parsley, or if you like parsley, you can replace this with parsley. Okay, and then I will add a pinch of salt. So a pinch of salt, okay, I'm going to add a tiny bit more because this is going to be cooked in, some people just form it and then they dump it in water. If you have seen my potato dumpling, then you will know what I'm talking about. They just boil some salt water and they put the, I mean, I'll link the video down below if you haven't tried it yet. It's very delicious. And they just, the same way that you dump the potato dumpling in the water, some people do the bread dumpling the same. But I don't cook it like that because it comes out all wet. So I wrap it in a plastic foil. I will show you. But I'm saying that because if you cook it in the salt water without wrapped in the foil, then you will get some of the salt from the salty water in it. But since we will wrap it in a foil, the salt, it's like we don't even put it in. You'll see how I will do it. I'm rambling too much. But my point is that do not make it too salty, but also don't undersalt it because then it will be flavorless, you know. So yeah, give this a stir. I'm going to add some nutmeg, grated, freshly grated nutmeg. Okay. And now I'm going to switch. Using clean hands, you want to give this a very good mix, okay? Like that. Oh. And this recipe is, if you are someone that doesn't like spinach, then you won't like this because we are going to eat it with like a spinach sauce. But if you do like spinach, then you will love this. I know some kids don't like it. But yeah, I hope your family likes spinach and that will make you try this recipe. Okay, I'm just going to, I don't like this part, but I'll do it anyway. I taste my finger to see if the salt is okay. And the reason I don't like it is because I don't like raw egg. So I forgot to mention that you can add some pepper to this, some black pepper, and that's what I did here. And but if you are doing this for you and younger kids like toddlers, and that is if they love spinach, okay? So if there are younger ones involved, maybe you should skip the pepper. But if you're doing it for just adults or grown-up kids, then you can add a little bit of black pepper. Now I'm just going to cover the bread dumpling with this plastic foil, and it's going to sit for 30 minutes. And in the meantime, we will be preparing the spinach sauce. So we are going to start with the spinach cream. And like I said before, yeah, I hope that your family loves spinach because I know some people don't like it. but it's very, very healthy. I mean, it has a lot of nutritional benefits. It has vitamin A, it has vitamin C, which is good for your skin. It has iron. The only thing is, it has contains vitamin K, meaning that if you are someone that is suffering from thrombosis and you take blood thinning, you cannot eat a lot of it because vitamin K helps with blood clot, meaning it makes your blood thin. And if you are taking blood thinning I was going to say medicamented, that's how you say medicine in German, then you cannot have a lot of spinach. But anyway, I'm going to begin with some spinach that I have blanched. I just boiled some water and I put 500 grams of spinach in it for 2 minutes. And then after that, I took it out and then I cooked 1 clove of garlic and 1 shallot, the small one. I boiled those in the same water and then I took it out. We just want it to be a bit soft. So I'm going to put the blanched spinach in here. I'm using a liquidizer. You can also use the kind of the hand mixer thing that you use to cream soups. So I'm going to put that in here. I have a little bit of the water in and I'll dump it on it as well. And I'll add a little bit more water to it because I want this to be creamy, you know. So yeah, now I'll put the lid on and then process it. Okay, so it is creamy the way that I want. And then, so let me see if, yeah, it has the consistency that I'm looking for. It's very smooth, just the way that I want it to be. I'll put that aside. And this is our bread dumpling that we just mixed, okay? Okay, so this is my pot in a medium size. I have my burner turned on, and to that I'm going to add some butter. I'm going to leave a link, like I said, to the recipe in the description box below. So I'm going to add some of this. It's not falling in. Okay, now it's in there. I just need to clean my fingers. So not a lot goes into the cream spinach. It's just a few ingredients. Here I have some, yesterday I did bake some chicken, and the juice that came out of the chicken, I saved some of that. So that is this. You can use stock in place of this one. You can just use water as well. So we will just let our butter melt. Okay, you can see it's almost melted. Now we are going to dump the spinach that we have creamed in it. It's going to start spitting everywhere, so I'll turn my heat down. Give it a stir. Because we did blanch the spinach, this doesn't need to cook for a long time. So I'm going to dump my stock. This adds more flavor to it. I mean my chicken, my baked chicken juice. You can call it a stock or water if that is what you have. So I'll give it a taste. Now I will add some salt and pepper. Like I said, spinach is really good for you. It has vitamin C, which is good for your skin health. So it has iron. So if you don't eat it, you should start eating, because plus it's very, very cheap. Okay, I have enough salt and pepper in here, and I'll just let it like come to a bubble, and I'll add a little bit of cream. This is optional. You don't have to do it, just if you like. And you want to eat this warm, okay? You don't want to eat it when it's cold. So we are almost done. And then we will start wrapping the bread dumpling in the plastic foil and cook that as well. So I'm just waiting for it. Yeah, it's bubbling. Just add a little bit of cream. I'm going to use a clean spoon to do this. I'm just going to add 1 tablespoon, okay? You can add as much or as less, or you can even skip it in general. So that's it. It's done. And then the little bit of butter that I saved, you put some in. You give it a stir. Put the lid on. Take it off the heat. And when our dumpling is done, we'll just we'll heat it up just slightly so it's not, you don't eat it cold, and we'll serve it. So this is a bread dumpling that we had sitting, and it has sat for 30 minutes now. And in here, in this pot, I just have this steamer thing inside and a little bit of water in it, okay? And the steamer sits in, but the water doesn't come through. I mean, the water is not at the surface of the steamer. It's under the steamer. I don't know how to explain, but I hope you can see. So look, this is the water underneath like that, but it's not a lot. It's just a little bit. So when I put the steamer in, you don't see any water here, okay? It's underneath, and that's what I mean. You need a pot with a lid like that because we are going to steam it. So as I was rolling this, my memory card got finished, so I had to go and change it. I'm going to do another one to show you properly, and then I will do the rest off camera. So you cut the plastic like that, and then you take 2 scoops of the breadcrumbs like that. Try to put it together, and then we will roll and like bring it together like that. Okay, you can make it as big, as long as you want it, by putting the scoops like one here, one there, and the next one. But I'm cooking it in a small pot, so that's why I'm doing them like short like that, okay? And then after you have it together like that, you press it and then you just roll it to seal the ends, and you tack it here like that. See? And it's done. So last one, and then I'll do the rest off camera, really. I want to show you, like, if you want it to be longer, then you go like this, like that, like that. Okay, that way you have more of it. You can see it better. So yeah, I did put the scoops, 1, 2, 3 scoops, and I'm going to fold it, push it together, bring this in. I'm just pushing them together. Okay, yeah, then I will roll it a bit and then twist it, and then we tuck the sides here, one down, and it's all done. Okay, and then you just put them in your pot. I will do this little one a bit later. Okay, now I'm by the pot and I'm going to put them in like that. Will be in your pot like that. Okay, I have them in here. I'll put my lid on. I'm going to turn my heat on medium, and I'm going to let this cook for 30 minutes. Okay, and after 30 minutes I will show you how it looks like. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes and our bread dumplings are done. And you can do the check by. So note that depending on the size that you roll them, like how big or small, that has an effect on how long you have to bake it. Okay, so you can use a stick to poke it, and then it comes out just like a cake. When it comes out clean, then it's done. So yeah, this is done. I show it to you closer. Yeah, that's how it looks like. And I'm going to put them into a bowl just like that. Okay, and we still have our water in there. See? Good. I'll move this back. I'll put my spinach to heat it up, and I'll serve this and show you the final result. But I can show you quickly how I slice. I slice this. It says my battery is low, so I'm going to change my battery real quick and then I'll continue. Okay, so battery has been changed, and I'm going to show you, like I said before I had to go change it. I'm going to show you how to slice this up. So you can make them like in a ball form, round ball form, or like this. Okay, so this is how I normally make them. So you just cut them like that. See? And this is how it looks like. It's moist, it's soft, and it's tasty. Okay, I'm going to plate this and I will show it to you. So there you have it. As you can see, I served mine with some boiled egg and some onion rings. So I hope that you do give this recipe a try. You can equally switch the spinach and do a gravy. You can serve this with some baked chicken, any meat of your choice. And again, this is a very good recipe, and I definitely hope that you give it a try. I hope that you find it helpful, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section what you think, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.